Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. I'm your host, Jennifer Jennings. Thank you so much for joining me today as I discuss what it's like to have the moon in the seventh house. This is the seventh house series where we are taking a trip around the zodiac. Each house has its own series here on this channel. So if you want to look at more videos, be sure and check out my playlist. All right, the seventh house is ruled by Venus. It's Libra, okay? It's about contracts. It's about marriage. It's about the masculine, air, cardinal initiating energy that goes forth from this relationship house. The moon is ruled by Cancer. Cancerian energy is feminine. It's water, and it's also cardinal. So we have a lot of energy that is reflective here. You are always reflecting on your mom with relationships. And that seventh house is going against your life path. And the health factor there in the sixth house is going against the 12th house, things of the past. So it could be that you reflect about mom with your relationships a hell of a lot. And it just depends on what sign your moon is in the seventh house in regards to how you are reflecting on your relationships with your mom and your home life. The seventh house is always going to be challenging mom and dad because the fourth house of home, the 10th house of dad, that is always going to be in a square with your relationships and your partnerships. So there is always going to be challenges with mom and dad and your relationships. However, with the moon here in the seventh house, you are going to constantly be thinking about your mom and reflecting these relationships as a caretaker with your relationships. You are feeling everything about your partner intuitively. And as long as your partner is okay, you're good. But if your partner is not okay, you're not okay. With your moon here in the seventh house, it's possible that you are constantly reflecting on relationships and your mom, the way that your mom had an influence, the way that your mom had an influence, let's say, going to the store or going to the supermarket, she was always doing something that you are reflecting on. And that something could be like trying to get a better deal. It could be that your mom was a businesswoman and she needed to show up and show out with things from home and business. And these relationships that your mother had is something that you are always going to be reflecting on as well within your relationships. And so there could be a cycle that you are breaking in this lifetime that have to do with the home, that have to do with genealogy, with real estate when it comes to your mother. There is no doubt that your mother is a significant influence with your relationships and your partnerships and even marriage, okay? Your mom could have been the one that hooked you up with a relationship that you're married to today. It just depends on how this moon is aspecting other points in your chart, because that literally matters in the state of matter. This is just a quick synopsis of what it's like to have the moon in the seventh house of relationships and partnerships. For a detailed analysis of a reading, visit my Stan store. It's linked in the description below. That is how you can book a consultation, a reading with me. My next video is going to be about the sun. What is it like to have the sun in the seventh house of relationships and partnerships? So join me as I am doing this series, taking a trip around the zodiac in the seventh house. All right. Until my next video, guys, peace out.